Welcome to Energy Conservation Incorporated.
Thank you. I really hope to get a job here.
Well, let's get started with your interview. What do you think are your greatest strengths?
My greatest strengths?
Yes, your greatest strengths.
What are my answer choices?
What do you mean?
My answer choices. You know, A, B, C, or D.
There are not any answer choices.
Oh, I understand. In that case, I choose C.
You choose C?
Yes, I choose C. My 5th grade teacher told me to always choose C when I did not know the answer.
Oh, it sounds like your 5th grade teacher really prepared you for your future. Moving on then. This job will require you to write proposals about energy conservation. Are you a strong writer?
Yes. My teachers always told me that I write very good stories. I also like to write poetry.
Well, we will not need you to write poetry or stories. We will need you to write proposals regarding energy conservation.
Proposals. Is that like writing a persuasive essay?
Sure.
In that case, yes. I am very good at writing proposals. Every year in school, my teachers made me write a proposal regarding school uniform policies. I also wrote some proposals about banning cell phones in school. Would you like to read them?
No, I would not like to read them. If you get a job here, you will need to write proposals about energy conservation. Your proposals will need to include basic mathematical equations as well as scientific research.
Wait,
What is wrong?
I am confused.
That is not very surprising.
You said I would have to include mathematical equations and scientific research in my writing.
Yes, that is what I said.
But that doesn't make sense.
What doesn't make sense?
Math, science, and writing. They are separate subjects. I don't know if I can incorporate math and science into my writing. They are all very different.
Well, if you work here, that is what you will have to do.
This job seems very difficult. I do not think my public education prepared me to work here.
Well, I have to agree with you. I have one more question for you, though. Why did you think you were ever qualified to work here in the first place? Why are you looking around?
You asked me a question, and I do not know the answer. So, I am looking for someone to think, pair, share with. In that case, I choose C.
I think I've heard enough. Thank you for coming in.
A little humor is always good, and it's always good to poke fun at ourselves. Like I said, I taught 5th grade. I could show this. It's okay. And I don't believe I ever told children to choose C. I will tell you, though, one year as a principal, I had a little girl, ELL student, and she had to take ITBS that year. You know, she hadn't been there long enough. She was required to take it. And so we sat her down. She couldn't read hardly any English at all. And she was just in tears. She didn't know what to do. And I did tell her, well, just mark B or C, honey. We'll see how it comes out. So she did. B or C all the way through, and she scored in the 38th percentile. True story. I'm going to admit it, okay? Just admit these things. It's better. Okay, so that's just a little fun. What I want you to do now is take out your hobbies again and look at your factual knowledge. And some of you wrote lots of factual knowledge, and some of you only wrote one thing. What I want you to do now is just pick out one thing from each of those. Like, for example, if you wrote several different things that are factual knowledge, pick out one. You wrote several procedures, pick out one. I want you to just pick out one in each of those areas, unless you just had one, okay? And what you're going to do now is you're going to write a student objective for each one of those. For factual knowledge, you will write, the student will. Write an objective for that piece of factual knowledge. I want you to write, then you'll be just writing 4 objectives. 1 factual objective, 1 procedural, 1 conceptual, and 1 metacognitive, okay? I want you to write it. And you don't have to write, you can just write T, S, W, you know the student will, you know how to do that. And then fill it in, okay? And then we're going to talk about those and see where they would fit on our table.